Welcome back to our channel, guys. Now, since the year is coming to an end, we've decided to give you guys our top 3 picks of the books that we've read this year. We're going to publish 2 videos on this, so make sure you check out both of them. The books that are going to be featured in this video are going to be different on the second one, so the links to the second one will be in the description.
So the first book I want to talk about is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. Mainly, the reason we started this channel is because I've read this book. There's a lot of things in this book that made me start this YouTube channel. It opens up my mind on the creativity side and how to get your work out there. Now, some of the good things I've learned from him is share something good every day, even if it's small. By you just doing it constantly every day, you get into a habit and you can produce more and more work. By the thought process of just getting your work out there, more people will recognize you. Even if only one person recognizes you every day, that's 365 people by the end of the year. Accumulate that over many years and you got a whole load of audiences. Another point is teaching what you know. That reinforces what you know even further deep into your knowledge. By teaching that subject, you automatically become better at it. Another thing he says is you don't need to be a genius. It doesn't take a genius to create creative arts. Now, I'll promise you, if you do anything, someone will find it interesting. And yes, not everyone's gonna find it cool, but someone will. And you need to find that niche that will appreciate your work. Even though you might not be the best person at the beginning to teach someone, by the end of it or throughout your journey, because there's really no end, you can always improve. You become better and people will look up to you because every master was always a student at the beginning. Now, next up on the list is Conquer Your Campus by Mark Redman. I don't believe this is actually a published book. However, Myron Gaines recommended this book from the Fresh and Fit podcast, which I highly recommend you go watch. That's the reason I've read this book. The book simply just breaks down on how to conquer your campus, but it goes into detail on the things you need to do to hold your stance, how to approach women, how to get women approaching you. Now, this book teaches you how to approach women, but most importantly, it teaches you how to attract women and for them to approach you. The reason why I like this book is a very short and nice book. You can read it in a day or two. To be honest, because the book is not actually written like a proper book, is the reason why I like it. It's so different and unique to other books that it stands out. Now, the reason we've picked the book in different sectors is to be able to improve on them simultaneously. Now, what's the point of being rich and successful and not being able to get girls? Or get girls and not be rich and successful? As a man, you must improve in all categories and be the best version of yourself in each sector. You can't just have one thing and be good at that one thing. You must be complete in all aspects. Now, finally, my favorite book of the year, 48 Laws of Power. When I tell you, by far, this is the most enjoyable book I've ever read. After reading this book, you feel like a powerful man, like you're ready to conquer the world. This book is the longest out of the 3, but trust me, it's the most worth it. It's around 500 pages, which is a lot to be fair, but it's amazing. In my opinion, Robert Greene is one of my favorite authors, and all the other books he has are amazing as well. If you don't have time to read the whole book, just read the preface, which is about 2-3 pages, which simply just goes through the 48 laws. And if you don't want to read the book after the first 3-4 pages, then there must be something wrong with you. That's how good of a book it is. Not to ruin things, but Law 48, assume formless. Now, the way this book comes to a conclusion is to take all the notes you've learned from this book and apply it in your way. Even though, for example, it says never outshine the master as rule number 1, there are certain places where it's good to outshine the master. As Robert Greene explains himself, life is very formless. It's not very rigid. It's never stick A or stick B. It always flows like water. And you must be adaptable to any condition, because you never know what's gonna happen. Things always pop up, things always turn out left, and just don't go the way you planned it. So you must learn to go with the flow. Even Bruce Lee said himself, become like water. Just to prove why this book is so good, it's even banned in a lot of prisons. The amount of knowledge written in this book is absolutely insane. After reading this book, you feel like a psychologist. And out of the last 3 books, if I had to tell you to read one, this would be my number 1 recommended for you. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out the other video where we talk about 3 different books. Thank you so much for your support. We greatly appreciate it. It encourages us to make more content for you guys. And finally, if you have any book recommendations for us for 2023, let us know down below. See you in the next video.